Hello everyone, good morning. This is Manjit Raut from Teach Me Cloud. So guys, in this video, I'm planning to describe you about one of the important service related to the Microsoft Azure. So yes, I'm talking about the Azure Storage Services. So we'll try to understand about the entire option related to the storage which is available over a Azure portal. So just to start our practical and just to start to understanding about storage Azure Storage Services. So to perform the task related to the storage services, you need to open your Azure portal and go to the storage part. And under the storage, you will be see you need to create a one storage account. So firstly, just try to understand about the theoretical part. First of all, you need to open your portal and create one storage account. So basically, you can say that storage account is a container that contains the service related to the storage management. So whenever we create a storage service, you will be get a lot of option, not lot of option, you will be get a 4 different option. The first option is containers. Second, you will be get a file share, another option, and third one is tables, and last one is queues, right? So 4 different options available, 4 different service available in single storage account, and by using these 4 services, you will be manage your storage part of Azure. So basically, the container and file share basically used to store your unstructured data. Means if you are planning to store your unstructured data, you should be use containers and file share. We'll discuss more about the container and file share. So you can say that the if you are planning to store unstructured data, you need to create a container and file. You will be use the container and file share. So unstructured data means you are planning to put your PDF files, you are planning to put your documents, MP3 and videos or training videos, any video you can put under the unstructured. And as per the name of table and queues, so basically table and queues both are part of storage account, and you can use this storage to store your structured data. Means you can say that the table and queues is used to store your structured data, means those data created with the help of a database servers like as a SQL, like as a Oracle, Postgres or MySQL. So if you have a data related to the SQL or Oracle, you can store it under the table and queues. So this is the basic information. So what's the step? Firstly, you need to create a storage account, and once you create a storage account, you will be get 4 different options related to the storage management, that is container, table, queues and file share, right? Container and file share you can use to store your unstructured data, and table and queues you can use it to store your structured data. So firstly, just try to understand about the containers and file share, and after that we'll discuss about the tables and queues. So if we talking about the container, so container is basically called object based storage. So just try to understand about the container service. So you can say that the container is work just like a object based storage, because you can store your data over a container and you can share anywhere with the help of URL, with the help of internet. So if you compare your container, so we know that we have a lot of storage service like as a Google Drive, right? You know about the OneDrive and iCloud. So these all are the storage. You can use these storage to store your data. But if we're talking about the pricing related to the Google Drive and OneDrive and iCloud, you need to pay amount, you need to pay fixed amount for fixed space. But in case of container of Azure services, no need to pay for according to the size of your data. You need to pay only as per you uploaded over a container services. Means container can give you unlimited space, and you need to pay amount only those data you uploaded over a container. Like you upload only 5 gig of data, you need to pay amount only for 5 gig. So what we need to do with the help of container services, you can configure, you can upload any data under the container and share your data with anywhere by using the URL. Anyone can use, anyone can download your data that you uploaded over a container, right? So just try to understand about the container services. Means you can compare your container service like a Google Drive, OneDrive and iCloud. So just try to understand about the procedure how you can create the container directly over a portal. So I'm just going to open my Azure portal and create a storage account, and under the storage account we will be configure the container services, right? So firstly just try to open your Azure portal. This is my Azure portal. You need to sign in yourself. Okay, click on the more services, and you will be get a lot of option in the left side. You need to select the storage. This is the storage account that we discussed in our theoretical part. Click on the storage account. So I have already created two different types of storage, but I'm just going to create a new to describe you properly. Steps means how many options are available when you start to creating your storage account. This is the step you need to create your storage account. You need to follow up to four different steps: basic, networking, advanced, tag, and review and create, right? So first of all you need to provide the storage resource group. So I have already created a lot of storage accounts, so I'm just going to choose my existing storage account, Azure class. Second, you need to type the storage account name, so I'm just going to use the storage account name is April 2020, right? This is our storage account name. You should be use the unique name of your storage account, right? Because it work in worldwide, so you need to use a unique name. Another option is related to the location, which database, which zones you are using to create your storage account. So I'm just going to create the storage account in the location of central US. Another option related to the performance of your storage account. You have a two different way to proceed, like the standard and premium. So as we know that the meaning of standard is basically use SSD in the backend, and if you are proceed with premium, you will be get a high speed to store, read and write data under the storage. But you need to pay some extra amount if you are proceeding with premium. So I'm not going to proceed with premium, just start work with the standard. Another important option is related to the account kind. So in the account kind, you have a three different way to proceed to create your storage account. One is general purpose 2, general purpose 1, and block storage, right? So just try to understand about the meaning of these three different options. Whenever you proceed the storage version 2, GP2, you will be get all options related to the storage account, like you will be get container, file share, table, and queues if you proceed with general purpose 2. The difference is you will be get one more option. This is the access tier. In the access tier we have a cool and hot. The meaning of cool means you are planning to put your archive data, means those data you not required frequently. You just upload your data and you will be download within 10 days or 15 days. And another option is hot. Hot in the sense you are planning to access your data frequently, means you can say that if you are planning to stream your video, and the video you know that you will be accessed in very frequently, means you want to put your live data, kind of live data. So this is the option which is available in general purpose 2 only. If you proceed with general purpose 1, you will be get a 4 options. The difference, you are unable to put your live streaming data under the storage account. And if you proceed with blob, you will be get only one option. You will be get only the container option. Rest of options not available in your storage account if you proceed with blob storage. So better practice, I'm just going to proceed with the general purpose one, because we are planning to configure all steps, all options, all services which is available in single storage account. And another option is related to the replication. So you will have a three different options in replication. This is LRS, GRS, and RAGRS. The basically meaning of LRS, local redundant storage services, means whenever you upload a data, it will be create a three copy of your single data and put into the same location. Means if you select the central US, your data will be stored in the central US only. And another option is geo redundant storage, means it will be choose another storage, another location of your storage, another location of database, means it will be create up to 6 copy of your single data. And RHERS, it will be create up to 9 copy of your single data. Okay, so but you need to pay extra amount if you are choosing the RHERS or geo redundant storage. So I'm just going to proceed with LRS to save our amount and just click next. This is the new options implemented by the Azure. You can manage your storage account as per your networking. Means if you create your own network environment over a portal, you can put your storage account according to your network environment. If you are planning to use it publicly, you can just select the public endpoint. If you have your own VNet, if you have your own network environment over a portal, you need to select your selected network. So I'm going to proceed with public because we are planning to access our storage account from outside the network. Next, another option is click on the advanced, and in the advanced panel you are able to get a security, Azure file, data protection and data lake GP2. Okay, so in the security you have a secure transfer. So means I hope you know about the encryption system. If you enable it, it means that whenever you upload your data and whenever you just share your data with anyone, your data transaction will be secured because the all data will transfer in the format of encrypted format. No one can inject between the transaction. And Azure large file, so large file share, it's a enable and disable. If you enable it, it means that you are able to share large files, large size of file. Like if you have a 4 gig of single file and you are planning to share with the Azure storage services, you can just click on the enable, right? If you have a small files like 100 MB or 200 or 500 MB, you can just disable it. And next one option is related to the data protection. This is called blob soft deleting. So in the case of soft deleting, if you enable it, you have option to configure the soft deleting. Means after proceeding to delete manually, it will be give you 1 day or 2 days or 5 days or 365 days, means 1 year. You have a 365 days to recover your data. The soft deleting data means it cannot be deleted for permanent if you enable it. So it will be protect your data. Unfortunately, you deleted your data. You don't want to delete it, but unfortunately, anyone can click on the delete icon, and you have already configured soft deleting for 7 days or 8 days. So it means that you are able to recover your data if you configure the soft deleting. So I'm not proceeding with to soft deleting. Just disable it and click next. This is the another option called tags. So as per the name of tag means you can use the tag to identify your data. You can say that it works just like a index. If you have a multiple data, if you have a multiple storage account, you need to configure your tag name that you can easily identify your storage. And last is if everything is okay, what you need to do, you need to take the screenshot of your entire information for further, and just take the screenshot and click on the create icon. So this is the step to create a storage account over Azure portal, and after creating the storage account you will be get a 4 different options that we discussed in our theoretical part. So the option will be containers, file share, tables and queues. So once our storage account created, we will discuss about the container, how we can use it, right? So as we know that the container is basically work just like object-based storage, means you can upload your data and share your data to anywhere. By using the URL, anyone can download your data. Okay, so it will be take up to 2 to 3 minutes to create your storage account. So we know, okay, yeah. So our storage account is created successfully. What you need to do, you can directly click on the storage account, a storage part, and click storage account, and just try to refresh it. Okay, no problem. You just click on the icon of notification, go to the resources. This is 25 April, the storage account name. And whenever we click on the storage account, you will be get the all options: container, file share, table and queues that we discussed in our theoretical part, right? So a lot of options are also available in the property of our storage account. So we'll discuss more about the storage option which is available in the property. But firstly, just try to understand how we can use the container services, right? So you need to just click on the overview option, go to the container, and whenever you click on the container, you need to create a one container service. Click on the container and type. You can use any name. Like I'm going to use the name of container is training, and another option is available public access label. So whenever you click on the public label access, it give you private, means no one can access. If you don't want to share the data that you uploaded under the container, you don't want to share with anyone, you need to make it private. This is the blob. You can share your read only access with your blob services, and another is container, means anyone can access your container, anyone can access the data which is uploaded by you under the container. So for the practice purpose, I am going to proceed with container, last option, and click create. Now we successfully created a one container under the storage account, and you need to click on the training, means container, and whenever you open it, it give you option to upload access label, change access label, and refresh. And rest of options are unhighlighted because you don't uploaded any data under the container. So what I'm going to do, just click on the upload. Whenever you click on the upload, it will give you the option to upload directly from your on-premises machine. Just click here and it will be open your on-premises. So I'm just going to choose one file. This is the image which is available on my desktop, and click upload. So as per the data size, as per the bandwidth speed of your internet, it will take time. So our file size is just 106 KB. So it's successfully uploaded. The format of file series .png, means it's an image. You need to open it, and whenever you click on this data, whenever you click on your file, it will give you one URL. This is the URL, and about the information when you create it, and each and every information is available in the properties. So what you need to do, just copy it and try to open with any browser. I'm going to copy and paste on another browser, and now you are able to see your data that you uploaded. So if you are planning to share your data with anyone, what you need to do, you just need to copy it and mail or share with any method, like you can WhatsApp and uh, to person who want to download this particular data. So this is the information related to the storage account. This is the information related to the container service which is available in the storage account. So I hope you understand about the configuration steps to create the storage account and manage the container services. So this is the first part. I'm not talking about it's a finish. This is the first part of our Azure storage. We'll create another video, storage second part, and in the second part we will discuss about the file share, table, and views. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a doubt, a question, please drop a comment. And if you are new on my YouTube channel, please subscribe for more video, because in the video you need to click on the playlist and you will be get a lot of technologies videos, like as you will be get AWS video, Azure, Mac operating system, and you also find the video related to the VMware 6.0 and 6.5. So thank you so much. We'll meet soon with new video, and you should wait, and I'll create another video, means storage part 2, and then we'll discuss about the remaining content, like as a file share, table, and keys. Thank you so much for watching.